Happy Saturday, guys, and welcome to the Every Game on the Board podcast in the NHL here on WagerTalk TV for January 25th. Of course, I am Andrew McInnis and hoping to bring you guys some winners for this Saturday card. I really do like this Saturday card. Not a monstrous card, but a pretty good sized card and a lot of plays that I do like. And for those of you guys that have been liking the team totals plays I've been giving out on Puck Time and to the client plays, you're going to like this card. A lot of total plays, a lot of team totals. And, guys, I do like some sides too, but I'm just narrowing in on these team totals. We'll mention some side plays, but it's going to be a really good day, and it's been a really good run at wagertalk.com. So first and foremost, thanks to all of you guys for the recent support, for all of you guys jumping on board of some of the great deals I have going right now. We cashed a winner on Friday night with the Philly team total under. We also gave out a ton of winners on Puck Time, including that Dallas team total over, which was plus money. So it's been a really good run in the NHL. We had a 5% play a few days ago as well. So we're going really, really well. And we get a promo code that's only good until Tuesday. And that promo code is CUP150. CUP150 will take $150 off my full NHL season all the way to the Stanley Cup Finals. We are on a 42-unit run in the NHL. We've also hit 5 straight as far as recency is concerned. So feeling pretty good. If you guys want to join me with that, feel free to jump on board and let's cash these tickets. But in the time being, here are a bunch of plays that I'm liking for today's slate. Start things off. We're going to skip the first game, guys. And I know you want to hear about the first game, but I want the shelf life. First game is going to be Oilers and Sabres. We're going to go over 6.5. Oilers, Sabres. Part of me thinks it could be a flat spot defensively for this Oilers team. And if that's the case, the Sabres could put some goals up on the board. The Sabres have been known for showing up in spots like this and kind of overachieving against teams that they probably shouldn't compete against. The Oilers are number 1 in expected goals in January. So they're creating a ton of chances. It's not just their top guys. And, even with McDavid out, this is a team that still has a ton of talent and offensive firepower that they can get the job done. But you look at this Sabres team giving up goals in bunches to Pittsburgh, Seattle twice, giving up 6 goals to Seattle twice, 5 goals to Calgary. They're giving up goals. But I think both teams trade goals in this one. And if Buffalo contributes enough to the scoring, I think we get over 6.5 quite easily here in this game. It's about an evening start, I think. Early evening, we should be able to get this game going in the NHL. Pittsburgh on the money line after getting thumped in back-to-back games against LA and Anaheim. I'll tell you, this Anaheim team, I talked about the Oilers being number 1 in XG. Well, the Anaheim Ducks are the worst team in expected goals against. This team has one of the worst defensive cores I've seen this season. They're giving up chances all the time, constantly relying on their goaltending, making them have to make plays for them all the time. And I think that, when a team like that has a good game, it is what it is. But I also believe, looking at some of the metrics that I use and using the eye test of watching the game, Pittsburgh created a ton of chances. So yeah, they didn't have the best game, but they still created a ton of chances. They will not be happy here. And for me, now when I go and take a look at this spot for them, getting to play against a Seattle Kraken team that I think overall is just so mid-level and does not have that firepower. And I know Pittsburgh's not really a deep team, but I know they have that firepower, right? I mean, Brian Rust started to play better again. Evgeny Malkin has been stepping things up again. Ricard Raquel. And let's not forget, of course, Sidney Crosby. So, I mean, look, this seems like kind of a weird price, but I do like the price here. And I think this is going to be a good spot for the Pittsburgh Penguins. A good team with a good leadership core, doesn't like to get embarrassed at all, but they definitely don't like to get embarrassed back-to-back games. And that's essentially what happened to the Pittsburgh Penguins. They will not be happy. They'll want to get back on track, especially after losing the game like they did against the Anaheim Ducks. They will not be happy about that one. All right, guys, Leafs and Senators, the Battle of Ontario. This is a great game. This is a great matchup. And the funny thing is, we're seeing a 5.5. And, in the past, we would pretty much always see a 6.5 higher scoring games. We've seen 7s featuring these teams. But right now, both teams have 2 goalies that are playing pretty well. And you also have 2 teams that are playing some pretty good hockey. And it goes to show that how close the East has gotten and how close the Atlantic Division has gotten. But When it comes to the whole system bet we've been talking about with first period overs after a team was shut out in the first game, you look towards the overs in the second one. Well, this is a situation where we saw the Senators get shut out in back-to-back games. And so just when people kind of lose faith on them, this is kind of when you want to jump back on board. So I'm going to jump on the Ottawa Senators here. Minus 112 is the play I'm seeing. So yeah, you could expect some goals. You could expect the first period, full game over, whatever it might be. But I do like this Senators team to come out on top in this game. You ask yourself, this team hasn't been scoring. They've barely been scoring 3 of the last 4 games. Shut out their last 2 games. And yet the line is a pick 'em. This is a home spot for the Ottawa Senators. We're seeing pretty much minus 110 a piece here, guys. And we got a team that's gotten shut out back-to-back games. I'm reading what the market's telling me. I believe the Senators will show up to this one. They always show up against the Maple Leafs. They're playing at home. The desperation is going to be there for them. Meanwhile, the Maple Leafs, I think, are feeling pretty good right now, and they're pretty injured. They're pretty banged up. They just can't stay healthy. They get one guy back from injury reserve and back into the lineup. Then all of a sudden, the next guy goes out again. So things have been tough for this team. Now, I did mention to you guys about that great deal that I've got going on at WagerTalk as far as the Cup 150 to save 150 off my full NHL season. If you guys don't want to commit to the full NHL season, I completely get that. We still have that $77 for a week deal at WagerTalk, $11 a day, $77 for the full entire week. And it's going to be a great time because I've got a 5% NFL play going Sunday. We're 6-0 in the NFL playoffs. We're on a 5-0 NHL run, 42-unit long-term NHL run, number 1 at the website in NHL 5% plays. So if you guys want to join me, I might have another 5% NHL play in the next week. So if you guys buy that deal, you're going to get all my plays today for NHL Saturday. You're going to get my NFL plays for tomorrow. You're going to get any other plays I release, any other 5% NHL plays I release for $77. So $11 a day, $77. If you're watching this video, if you guys want my favorite plays, right? Because I see all you guys commenting like, well, which ones do I pick? I can't play them all. Some of you guys are playing all of them. Some of you guys are playing the ones that lost last week. Some of you guys are thanking me because you joined me with the winners. $77, guys, for 7 days of all of my plays sent right to your email. You guys can join me, and hopefully we can make some money together and get on a really, really good run. Flames and Wild. We're going to go with Flames team total under the 2.5 here. When it comes down to it, guys, the Wild have been very inconsistent lately. I haven't liked how their play has been. But when they play below 500 teams and a team like the Calgary Flames, their true identity is to play a defensive game. Very similar to last night. I had the New York Islanders. I liked them, but I said, you know what? We're not going to back the New York Islanders. We're going to take Philadelphia's team total under 2.5 because at their core, when they're playing their best hockey, they are a good defensive team. So forget about the price. Forget about backing them. We'll take the team total under on their opponent. And that's what we decided to do here. So we'll take the Flames under 2.5 goals, and that's a minus 105 price. And I look right now at my odds board. Minus 155 is the price I'm seeing on the Minnesota Wild. Minus 155. So would you rather take minus 155 on the Minnesota Wild, total being 5.5, or would you rather take minus 105 for the Flames to remain under 2.5 goals? Long-term, guys, you want to make sure you are saving yourself the most. And that's the whole name of the game here. On the regular season for the NHL, I'm only hitting 51.7%. All right. But I got 5% ROI. We're up a ton of units on the season because I'm not risking a ton. I'm not laying juice. I'm always finding a way to find plus money to get these prices close to even money as possible. Right. So when you see my team totals, I'm not taking the minus 150. I'm taking the plus 115 on the team totals, the plus 120s, whatever it may be, to get that better number. And that's what I like doing. And that's what you guys will receive from me if you buy my plays over at WagerTalk. Speaking of totals, I know we're giving out a lot of them here, but I really do like this one as well. Habs versus Devils. You guys know I'm a Canadiens fan. Try not to be involved too much in Canadiens fans. And I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. I'm just a diehard fan. I love watching. But this play to me is intriguing. I like the full game under overall, but right now you can't go against the Habs rookie goalie that's playing unbelievable. 5-0 on the year, 1.55 GAA, 940 save percentage. He's going up against Jake Allen, who's obviously a former player for the Canadiens. Hard to imagine either of those teams giving up goals, but the Devils team total is at 3.5 under minus 130. Meanwhile, the Habs, it's like 2.5, and you're going to get plus money on the under and a decent little chalk on the over. So I think this game remains low scoring. I think the under's the move. The Habs were not good defensively just a few days ago against Detroit. They're going to want to right some wrongs. Team total under 3.5 for the Detroit Red Wings. I think that's the move to get involved in this one. We're going to go under 6.5 Lightning and Red Wings. Simple reason, guys. This game means a hell of a lot to both teams in the Atlantic Division. Right now, Tampa, they have teams breathing down their neck. They have teams catching up with them, to them, I should say. And every point matters. And when all these points start to matter and it's these divisional matchups, I'm seeing a lot of lower scoring games. So wouldn't be shocked to see overtime in that game either, but we'll rock with the under 6.5. Dallas and the Blues. We're going to go Blues plus 115 home underdog, second half of back-to-back for Dallas after a really strong performance yesterday. So we'll take them to get the job done here. Canes and Islanders. We're going to take the Carolina Hurricanes to get the job done. And man, oh man, that trade was crazy. Mikko Rantanen, they pick him up. Taylor Hall, they pick him up. I mean, it's crazy. This team went all in. They shoved their chips all the way in. They picked up Mikko Rantanen. They pick up Taylor Hall. They got unbelievable star power now at the forward position. And, some people think that it might be a shock to these teams, right? How are they going to bounce back? How are they going to perform, losing Martin Necas, losing some of these key players that they lost? But I think that, sometimes it wakes a team up. They get a spark from this type of stuff. And right now I'm looking at my screen. I'm not usually a puck line guy. I had the Islanders yesterday, or I guess I had their team total under for their opponent. But this is a spot where I want to back the Canes. Give me the minus 1.5 plus 115 on the Hurricanes. Panthers Sharks is pretty interesting because these teams have battled a lot in some weirdly close games in recent history. But the Sharks did not look good in their last game. They gave up a ton of goals. I'll tell you. They didn't look very good, but I'll tell you, their offense is looking a hell of a lot better than it used to look. And it's not often you can get plus 115 on a team total over. And that's what I'm seeing with the San Jose Sharks. Right now, they've got Askarov. They've got some good goaltenders in there. But it's their offense that's helping them in games, not their defense. I trust this team's offense. I like some of the young guys on this team. Macklin Celebrini, Will Smith, obviously Tyler Toffoli. They're playing pretty well. I like this spot for the Sharks to get some goals, despite how good defensively the Florida Panthers are. Over 2.5 at a plus price. I got to take that team total to get the job done there. I think I missed one there with the LA Kings and Blue Jackets. That's the one that I missed there. We're going to take a look actually at the home dog in this one, plus 145 on the Columbus Blue Jackets. This team is scoring right now. They are scoring machines. Their offense has been very, very productive. And LA, they've been a different team on the road recently than they have been at home, which is funny because to start the season off, they were a much better road team than they were at home. But I think it's a good spot for the Columbus Blue Jackets to play well at home, especially getting that last change. Washington and Vancouver. Look, guys, you're crazy if you go against Washington at this point. I mean, minus 125 on the road. Vancouver is an absolute disaster. That tough game for them, getting pumped against the Oilers, not a good feeling for them, I'm assuming. But minus 125 is the number. I think the way you got to go is just bet them to get to 4 goals. Forget about the full game total. Forget about the money line. Take that team total on the Capitals. They're going to score some goals. And last but not least, Nashville and Anaheim. This is the late night special in the NHL. And this Anaheim team, look, they're coming off a game that I don't think they deserve to win. I don't think that they were the better team against Pittsburgh, but they thumped Pittsburgh. Bad goaltending, bad defense from Pittsburgh. Minus a half goal in the first period. Plus 135 is a really, really good price on the Nashville Predators to get off to a hot start. Win, draw, win, 3-way line, whatever you want to call it. First period puck line. We're looking at Nashville to win the first period today here against the Anaheim Ducks in the last game of the night. Guys, you saw bottom of the screen, plus 42 unit in the NHL run right now. Cup 150 takes 150 off the full NHL season all the way to the playoffs. Get all my futures, all my first round, second round, third round picks, whatever it might be in the NHL. Thanks for watching, guys. Please hit the like button, show some love, comment below. Let me know what you are betting. Let me know what you agree with me on, what you disagree with me on. And most importantly, guys, let's cash some tickets. Take care. I'll see you on Monday on Puck Time. All the best.